Alright, this is video reflection for January 13th, Tuesday. Actually, I think it's January 13th, right? Yeah. It's video reflection for Tuesday, January 13th. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a new haircut, which is self-made. I did this myself, which kind of explains why it's not very even or the best in some places. I mean, it was really simple, but what's with this middle part? Why is it not? Actually, I have no idea. I mean, I guess that's the price for being a cheapskate. But yeah, I mean, I think it turned out pretty nicely. So basically, we had one of those barber's kits lying around in our attic before we moved, and then after we moved our house, we had a bunch of stuff that we didn't know existed, and by we I mean my family. And so that was an interesting find that we had, and now I've used it, and it's, as you can see, quite functional. So for those of you who can't differentiate short hair, before, when I did this, it came all the way down here. So the problem with that is when I just sleep anywhere, it's gonna show up, it's gonna show evidence that I've slept, because it's going to push my hair back like this and make it matted. And I don't want that, because I just want it to look natural, whether I've slept, whether I've been in a ditch, whether I've been in the best hotel ever. I want it to be the same. That's kind of the point of this whole haircut. And also, it was kind of getting too long, and I needed to start using the dryer extensively, this dryer. So I just thought I'd cut it, and I'm very satisfied with the results. One thing that I'd like to change is I'd like to learn how to cut, my side hair, and so kind of sculpt the hairstyle I want. But that's for later. Hair, especially my hair, always grows. So I think now that we have the tools for it, I'll do some experimentation, as Northwestern says, and is in our DNA. I don't know if that applies to my hairstyle, but I'll try. Research-wise, today wasn't a bad day. I'm starting to get down kind of the routine for everyday work. So I'm getting the workflow down. So instead of, just hurriedly doing whatever's thrust in front of me, I've divided my time up into two parts. So one part A is during the AM and also the afternoon before dinner. So before dinner, I have about 8 hours or so. And I divide that part into another 2 sections. So it's technically 3 sections overall. So there's before lunch, between lunch and dinner, and then after dinner. So I have 3 sections. So before lunch, I basically do whatever I have to. So there's just a queue of things that I need to either make, print, or design. Or if there are none of those, then I work on my PPT. But that's basically, the free leftover time that I have allocated for unexpected events or unexpected jobs that I need to get done. And then from lunch to dinner, that's about 3 to 4 hours. That's when I focus only on making experimental setups or 3D printing or modeling things. And then after dinner, that's another 4 to 5 hours. I focus on creating my PowerPoint presentation and my quantitative and qualitative analysis. And I think this setup is perfect because at the rate I'm going right now, I should be done with qualitative for both problems by the end of the week, meaning I can focus solely on experiments next week, and then the week after that, I can focus on what do you even call that? I can focus on, I can focus on analysis and tracking and data evaluation. The only downside or big problem that might occur is I might do the experiments and track the data and then find out that a lot of my theory was problematic. Now that's not going to be very fun because that means I'm going to have to redo a lot of my theory. But I still think this is the best approach because realistically there's no way I'm going to know whether this experiment is in line with my theory or not if I don't have a completed theory. Which I don't have right now. So, yeah, so I'll complete my theory right now, or I'll focus on completing my theoretical analysis, and then after that I'll do the experiment. So that's the goal, that's kind of the plan for this week. Yeah, I think it's solid and also very satisfactory personally. One promise that I made to myself is, regardless of the experimental results, I won't lie and I won't Photoshop my graphs or results, which I've heard tends to happen quite a bit when people get pressured. I don't want to do that because it goes against my integrity. Integrity, that's a word that I really like, that I haven't spoken in quite a while actually. But yes, it goes against my integrity and ethics, so I won't be altering graphs or experimental data. I might add coefficients and do the emergency surgery method equivalent of physics to my theories to add like extra phrases that account for the loss or something like that, but I won't change the experimental values or tinker with that. I just think that's just wrong. Anyway, that's about it. Yeah, integrity is a word I really like. Oh, I also worked out abs today. I have raised my plank to 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and then the second set and the third set, I have all been able to plank for 2 minutes. So that's very good. The goal now is 4 minutes for the first set and 2.5 minutes for the consecutive sets. While I'm not planking and in between, I also do leg raises lying down, and I also do, what do you even call that? Crunches. I have my AB slider locked up in my closet, so I can't access that right now. But I feel like I'm making pretty good progress in keeping my integrity in terms of working out. Hopefully this all pays off and I get what I want, which is returning to my old weight class, so like 6 kilograms higher than where I am now. Yeah, hopefully that happens. Also, I get this feeling that I'm growing. This is, by the way, completely baseless. I just feel like I'm growing. Like, there's no evidence to this. I just feel like my height is increasing. So if that's not true, I'm too bad. But if it's true, then I want to make the most of it. So I'm using that as an excuse to sleep as early as I can, which is 12. Anyway, that's about it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.